I was more intimidated in the presence of Mira initially than the actors. I don't know why.
Spoken like a true director.
When I did theatre, I was told I'm the unsuitable boy.
Oh, he's quite a cutie. If you were to be stuck in a lift with a female co-star, who would you choose?
I cannot answer this.
Come on.
Can't because of those things. My mother will kill me.
Welcome to InControversial. I'm Pooja Chaudhary, your host, and today we have with us the most suitable boy, Danesh Razvi himself. From having worked in Mira Nair's Suitable Boy to Modern Love Mumbai, here we have him talking unfiltered, uncensored, and hopefully a little controversial. Hey Danesh, thanks for joining us today.
Hi, thank you.
So nice to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
The quintessential Bombay boy, St. Mary's, South Bombay as it were, and we've all sort of grown up being so close to the film industry. How did you land yourself in it? Did you always want to become an actor then?
Not at all. I didn't know I could act when I started out. I started out in St. Mary's where we had a very intense theatre program.
Okay.
So, in school you have like Greenhouse, Red House and those
Red House
captains.
girl.
So I was Greenhouse. So I became Greenhouse vice captain and my seniors forced me to act in that thing. And I'd never done it before. And once I did it, I liked it, and then it stuck on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you did a lot of theatre in school, and did you continue that afterwards into college or perhaps like mainstream theatre? How did you get spotted? How did you land your first role?
Two different stories, but I actually did a lot of theatre after and in school and after. I think the same play that we put up in school, we actually performed professionally also.
Okay.
Not the same cast, of course, but I was part of it.
But you were there, yeah.
I was there. And post that, I stopped acting. So when I did Suitable Boy, I think there was maybe 5-year gap in the middle because I was never brought up with the idea that acting is a career choice, right? Like middle class parents will be like, you have to get a real job and do that. So I was looking for a real job.
Okay.
So I studied advertising, and by that point I had stopped acting almost completely. And except for like college plays and stuff. I studied advertising and then I tried to do like jobs in the digital industry, social media marketing and all of that.
Absolute buzzwords today.
Yeah, and I couldn't do it.
Why is that? The agency life didn't work for you?
Yeah, I couldn't go in and come out when the sun set and be there for all these hours, and I didn't like the culture, and I think I didn't get along with the last job that I had in this agency. I won't name it, but I didn't get along with the people. I didn't like the boss either. And within 3 months, I was on probation, which is when I gave in my
Resignation?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm
Brave
out
move.
before, because otherwise I'd have to wait for 3 months post giving my resignation.
All right. Okay. The notice
So
period
yeah,
is like.
so the notice period would change. So I gave it before that ended. So I had to give 1 month
So you knew
notice.
like this is it.
I was like, I'll figure something else out, but I'm done with this.
So it's funny you say that you didn't like the work culture or you didn't like agency life, corporate life. But how is it working in films? I mean, you worked alongside some big names, right? Tabu, Rasika Dugal, Ishan Khattar, and then the success of Suitable Boy, overnight success. What was that big shift like?
It was huge because when I didn't assume that like the first big project I'd get would be with these people and like directed by Mira Nair, right?
Yeah.
So it was a very, very big learning experience for me. And all the other actors, everyone you named, amazing people, really nice people to work with also, and a lot to learn from them.
I'm sure.
Yeah, so for me it was like a big learning experience, and once I had that down, once I did that, I felt like I could tackle other projects more easily.
And then from there on, you went on to do, an anthology of short stories, Bombay, Modern Love and
Modern
Bombay,
Love, yeah.
where you're seen romancing or falling for an older woman.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That one was, I had watched Modern Love, the original, I think the Hollywood production.
Yes.
So when this came upon me, I was like, I'm 100% ready to do whatever it is because I really loved that series. And it was a challenge conceptually that you have to fall in love with them. You want to you want it to be believable, what you do. So initially you think of how can you make this believable, but I did something in my head, which we won't get into, but then I worked with Sarika ji, and she was really easy to work with. Again, I've had the fortune of working with really nice people.
Absolutely.
who are good
Some
actors.
legendary names, right? Tabu, like I said. And
Yeah.
how was it working with her?
I actually didn't have any scenes with her, but she's a very sweet person. I mean, I was on set when they were acting and when they were shooting. So I hung out with her a bit, but I didn't have any actual scenes with her.
And nothing to be intimidated about in being the company of such senior actors?
I think I was more intimidated in the presence of Mira initially than the actors. I don't know why. But you have to get over that or you won't be able to act. Because I know there's like projects that people come across where they have to test against these bigger names and some of them freeze up. So like you'll get through the audition, then you'll get to that test. And then if that doesn't work, then you don't get the job.
Right.
Luckily, I've never had that problem yet. We'll see if that happens in the future. But I think intimidation is not good for you when you're in this industry because you can't perform well.
Yeah, I guess you've got to be bold and fearless, right?
Yeah.
And just go all out there.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, you talk about Mira ji and you've just done, recently you've wrapped up Over a Cup of Chai with Ratna Pathak ji, right? Tell us a little bit about that. Come on, give us some chai.
That's a nice little short film. I think it's doing the festival circuit right now.
Okay.
I was speaking to the director yesterday itself, and hopefully we see it soon. I haven't watched it yet, so I can't say what it looks like, but it was fun to shoot.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing it when we see it here.
Again, Ratna Pathak is like
a big name.
Amazing
An
to work with
institution in
and
herself.
someone to learn from. So that was one of the big points of choosing to do that role.
And how has it been working with female directors? I mean, they say it's a man's industry, and you know the director is always seen as this big man behind the camera calling cut.
Yeah.
How's it been to have the shots called by women?
I think I've worked with very few male directors. To be honest, I think I've had more female directors, and I'm okay with it. I don't see a differentiation because at the end of the day, whoever it is, male or female, I just have to do my job, which is take direction from them and perform to the best of my ability and to what they require of me.
Spoken like a true director's actor, then, have we?
I hope so.
And you know, you talked about Hollywood, and you've trained at the UCLA. And do you think structured education in acting helped? And how different was it when you sort of came on the sets of Bollywood films?
I think it can help you familiarize yourself with the industry and the process, but otherwise it doesn't do anything for you.
So it just sort of helps you get acquainted with.
So for me, I wanted to get
technicalities.
acquainted with the camera because I had done a lot of theatre before this, and I felt like the camera would inhibit me to some level. So for me, it was getting used to performing for a camera more than learning how to act. And the course that I did was also acting for the camera. It wasn't a intensive theatre / camera / acting workshop.
Or filmmaking one?
No, it was just acting for the camera. And it was performing for the camera, and of course they taught you how to act, but it wasn't as intensive as like some other acting courses are. So I wanted to familiarize myself with you working with a camera.
Okay, I mean, you come across as a natural, absolutely.
I wasn't.
Okay, well
I wasn't.
then.
I don't think I was a natural actor. I was, when I did theatre, I was told how to say things, what to say, and went like cue by cue, word by word, kind of like coached along the way. And then I tried to use that when I had maybe a audition in front of a camera, and it doesn't pan out. There's a slight variation because, I mean, the camera is very close to you, so it can capture way more.
Right.
Whereas for theatre, you're projecting for a whole audience.
Absolutely.
So
Theatre is
you
a
have
whole
to-
different ball game, right? I mean, we talked about school and Greenhouse, Red House. I remember my speech and drama sir, and you know, I've learned so much and more from him. But yeah, he always said, you know, live audience, you have to project for the live audience.
Exactly.
And speak from the
stomach,
from the
diaphragm.
bomb, if I may say so. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, theatre is a whole different ball game. But
if you do that for camera, it looks like you're screaming.
absolutely.
I did not get that differentiation naturally. So just to get muscle memory out of it, now I think if I do theatre, I won't be able to do it as well because I haven't done theatre in a while.
Really?
It's just like muscle memory fades a
Yeah,
little
but then
bit.
what do you do to sort of stay connected with your craft, you know, to keep sort of honing your
Practice.
skills?
Yeah.
A lot of practice?
Yeah.
And doing a little bit of theatre may not help, you think?
It will. If I do a little bit of theatre, I'm sure I'll get back into it. But I haven't done it for a while, which is why I'm saying I might be a little rusty in that front. I don't think I'm a great actor for the camera either. I'm just saying I'll need work wherever I go.
Nice.
Which I'm willing to put in.
Nice, excellent. And you did The Suitable Boy, and I think soon after pandemic hit, if I remember
It released
correctly.
during the pandemic because we finished shooting in I think November 2019, and India went on lockdown like 2020 March.
March 2020, right? Yeah. So how was that? I mean, did you sort of battle a whole lot of uncertainty, unpredictability? You don't know where it's going to go, and that's not exactly the kind of release and launch one is expecting, right?
Absolutely. It was actually really heartbreaking and sad because when you release a project, you usually build momentum with that work, which will hopefully land you more work.
Yeah.
And usually when it's a big release like that, because that was like a big BBC release and everything, they do promotions for it and all of that, and we couldn't do any of that on the ground.
Yeah, because
everything just got stunted. So I think that momentum, it helped, but it didn't do as much as I think it would have if there wasn't the pandemic. Plus the industry shut down for a while.
Absolutely.
So all of those things were not great for momentum of Suitable Boy to happen.
And for a young actor,
yeah.
Sort of finding his feet in the industry.
Yeah.
And then again, we talk about the industry, but it comes with some really harsh realities, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's favoritism, there's pay disparity, there's the casting couch, as much as people say it doesn't exist. Have you experienced any of that? You're quite the suitable boy, if I'm if I can keep saying. If I may just say this,
I'm sorry to. Boy.
No, not at all. When I was telling somebody that, hey, I have Danish on the show next, and they were like, oh, he's quite a cutie.
That's sweet. Thank you.
So yeah, have you faced any of those harsh realities in the industry?
Pay disparity, I think. I don't think it's so black and white in our industry, because I think you make what you bring in, right? Like the audience you attract is the amount of money you're getting paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I did Niyat with Vidya Balan, I don't expect to get paid the same as her, right? But casting couch, nothing has happened, touch wood, and I hope nothing does. But otherwise, I've had good experiences in the industry, yeah, so far.
And do you still audition for like new roles, and
of
do
course
you get called out for auditions?
Yeah. I think I have to go for an audition after this.
Oh, nice! Yeah. Wish you all the best then.
Thank you.
And of course, I don't think we'll ever hear the end of this debate. Nepotism and outsiders, your take on that? And
I don't have a take on that. I think the industry will do what it's doing, and if it works, it'll go on. If it doesn't, they'll have to change.
So you do believe that there is nepotism in the industry?
I do believe that there is favoring, and of course that favoring will come from family, right?
Okay. But
being
that's
as diplomatic, I'm towing the line.
You forget you're on InControversial, but yeah, you're doing well, and I mean, in keeping with how beautiful a path you've carved for yourself. So I remember that soon after Suitable Boy, you said, I don't exactly want to do things because they pay me well.
Mm-hmm.
Has reality and life struck a different note now, or?
Not. Yes, when you don't have work for a period, you do think that, okay, I'll do whatever I can. But I think that's the tough part of being in the industry, and I think that is the struggle, and like you have to be mentally strong to be able to go through it. So it has struck, but also I am still adamant that the money will come when the work is good.
Nice.
I hope.
That's nice.
Or I'll do neither.
And will we always sort of see you being the romantic boy? You've done a lot of romantic roles.
I have.
Do you see yourself in a role that's different? What would it be?
I would like to do like a fantasy project. I read a lot of fantasy novels, so I would love to be a part of something like that.
Not my favorite genre, but yeah.
Not your favorite?
Not my favorite.
Oh, my favorite genre.
Nice.
So I would love to be part of that, but again, I don't decide that. At least not yet. I'm not in a position to pitch myself. I take the work that I'm offered or auditioning for.
Sure. But then, how different is romance in real life versus how it's projected on screen? Is it all sort of balloons and ribbons and sunshine?
It's vastly different. It's so different. I think you are saying someone else's words and you're making them believable. Whereas like if I'm speaking to my girlfriend or something, it's going to be very different. And I can't just, it's not so roses and sunshine as...
Ribbons and balloons
ribbons
is what I
and
heard
balloons.
recently, yeah. And We're hitting into Valentine's season, as cheesy as it gets. But yeah. So you said girlfriend. Clearly you're not single then, because I was going to ask you, are you single, dating, or?
I'm seeing someone, yeah.
That's a nice. And not married to your work then? Does work come in the way?
No.
Able to balance and keep both of them separately?
As of now, yes.
And is she also an actor? Or?
No, she's not.
No. Some quick rapid fire and we'll keep it spicy. You're doing pretty well. Bollywood film that you wish you had been a part of?
Ye Jawani Hai Deewani.
Nice. Which role in that?
I don't know. I really like the film.
Okay. Like
So,
the nice sort of friends kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And if you were to be stuck in a lift with a female co-star, who would you choose?
I cannot answer this.
Come on.
Female co-star that I know or anyone?
Anyone, bro.
Kareena Kapoor.
Kareena Kapoor?
Yeah.
Nice. And the craziest fan DM that you've received, perhaps?
Oh, there's some...
Spill the beans.
They're not beans. They want me to spill my beans. there's some people say whatever they want when there's this anonymity involved, right?
Yeah.
So men, women, they will ask for anything.
And do you oblige?
No. Definitely not.
You describe your dream partner then in 3 words.
Simple, honest, and loving.
So sweet. Such a Biba boy. A rumor that you'd like to spread about yourself?
I don't know. That I'd like to spread? People think of this?
Yeah. It's an image that perhaps you'd...
Give me an example.
Like, I'm a great dancer.
I'm a great dancer. That's actually a good one.
You're very good at yoga, I believe. You've been doing it for many years. Headstand,
Since I was
handstand.
a child, yeah. I can do a headstand on anything. I can stand on my head on this.
You're kidding,
It's
right?
my superpower.
Okay, maybe.
I'm not
we'll-
gonna. No,
no.
okay, I'm not.
You did say.
She's getting too excited by that.
And if you could switch lives with a Bollywood actor for a day, who would it be?
For the work he's done, though I'd never fit into the role, Jaideep.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a fantastic body of work, right?
What an actor, my God. I just watched Patalok also recently. So good. And other stuff of his also that I've seen before.
Even that one, right? Maharaj. What was
Yeah.
it? Maharaj or Maharaja? I'm mixing the name perhaps. But
where he's the villain.
yeah,
The
the Godman.
The Godman, yeah.
Yeah, my God. What?
And he did one with Kareena Kapoor also. He's so good.
So good. So that's
so
true. Good choice.
phenomenally good, yeah. I wouldn't be able to do the same roles, but
And that big turning point in your life, if you were to say when you started off, or you knew like this is it, I want to get into acting.
actually when I quit that last corporate job that I told you about, someone who I've grown up with, who's also part of the industry, they were like, "Why don't you try acting?" And
Like just essay, chalte chalte.
no,
why
they
don't
had
you
watched me on stage.
Okay.
So they were like, "Why don't you try acting?" And I had auditioned for them a couple of times also. So they were the turning point, and they were the inspiration, and they gave me that little, I guess, validation to do it. And I was like, you know what, I quit
Got
my
you
job.
thinking, and you said, "Why not?"
I have literally nothing else to do, and I tried and I gave it everything.
That's nice, and,
Yeah.
and clearly it worked for you.
Thank God.
And what's next? Upcoming projects? What do we see you in?
Hopefully this short film will be next, Over a Cup of Chai, and everything else is in the works, so I don't know what will come out next.
And an opinion that you hold about Bollywood that you think could get you into trouble?
I don't care. It's not, I'll say it. We're hiring for the wrong reasons. We're hiring for marketing, not for acting.
Well said, you. Nicely said. Bold and fearless.
Yeah.
That's a wrap, Danish. You've been fabulous. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us on
Thank you for having me.
InControversial. Absolutely unfiltered. Wishing you lots more success, lots more stories, and perhaps a bit more controversies for when we meet next.
Next time, yeah.
Yeah, surely. Thank
Hopefully.
you so much. This has
Thank
been
you for
fab.
having me.